Sarah. Today we are going to make fresh peach crumb bars. Peaches are absolutely my favorite fruit. They are in season. The wonderful, beautiful peaches from Georgia and Colorado. We're getting both of them here in Minnesota now. So I am like peach crazy. So I made peach pie and now I'm making peach crumb bars. These are amazing and you're gonna absolutely love them. It's a little steppy, but I'm gonna step you through it and I'll post the recipe so you can follow along. But I appreciate you watching these videos because it adds up my watch time to keep my channel moving, which we all need in this industry. Okay, so we are going to start with the base, which is the crust, and we're going to do 1 cup of sugar. Okay, and so I did not want to bother you while I was cutting all of the peaches, so you had to sit and watch me cut peaches. So this is 5 peaches and about 5 cups of peaches cut up. I probably ate a half a peach as I was cutting them because they're just so good. So 1 cup of sugar, I veered off again, and 3 cups of flour. So I'm using a half cup here, so I need 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My math. Baking math. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. This makes a full 9 by 13. You can cut it in half. I am going out to supper with my mom and sister tonight for a potluck, and so I'm bringing these along. So I'm making a full pan because they will get eaten. 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And I have like 3 or 4 cinnamons now because we are definitely getting into fall baking. All right, so we're gonna mix that together. Just real light. Like I said, we're making the crust. Okay, I'm gonna put the peaches so you can see how good they look. All right, now we need a cup of butter. Seems like a lot, but this is a big pan of peach bars. So you should use unsalted butter in this one. I use salted butter. So then I'm omitting the salt that's in the recipe. So I am going to cut these into small cubes. So what I do is I just go like this. I've got my dogs outside because we just got back swimming from the lake and they're soaked. So if I keep glancing backwards, I'm just making sure they're still in the yard. Okay, so I do that and then I will cut them again and again. So they're in little butter nubs. I could have probably done this ahead of time too, but I'm still learning this whole YouTube thing and like what I should do ahead of time and what I should do while you guys are watching. And then I just ramble so you can listen to me ramble. So I'm gonna do the other stick. And this is cold butter. Right out of the fridge, so. Because we're making the crumbly layer for the top and the bottom. Almost there. It's actually quite satisfying to cut butter for some reason. Old Granny and Sam Dog are out there somewhere, so that's why. Okay, so now add this to the mixture. Like this. You're gonna break it apart as you throw it in. Now we're gonna take our pastry blender. I've actually used this twice this week. And I just normally don't use this thing a lot. And then so we're gonna just do this just enough until it gets kind of crumbly. And you know what? I am a huge, don't really like these things, so I end up using my hands. You can put it in a food processor too. I didn't feel like getting all of that dirty today. Okay, so what I'm going to do, because This always just seems so ineffective. My hands are clean. I'm going to use my hands. Until it gets kind of crumbly. Okay, and then we're almost to the point where you're going to add 1 egg. So we want to do this until the dough starts to hold together, but it's still crumbly. Okay, so I'm going to add the egg. And my hands are dirty. I'm going to mix that in. Okay, so just keep mixing that egg in until it resembles kind of like a crumb. Okay, now what we're going to do, well, first I'm going to wash your hands. We are going to take our glass pan. So you can use glass or metal in this particular recipe. I'm going to use glass because I like to be able to see the peaches through the glass. So I'm going to use a 9x13. If you know me well enough, I always forget something. So I'm going to grease the pan with butter. I'm not a huge fan of the spray stuff, so I use the old-fashioned butter on a paper towel. I just feel like that spray stuff's nice, but it's like an added cost, and who knows what's in that stuff. Okay, so you're going to put half of this mixture in the bottom. Okay, about half of it. Okay, I'm gonna do a little more. I don't think I had quite half. There we go. The rest of this is gonna be the top. Okay, so we're gonna do that. And then we are going to take our hands, spread it out, and press really hard because we're making the bottom. So if you haven't done your arm workout yet today, which I haven't done any workout yet today, this will give you your arm workout. Okay, so this is making the bottom. Okay, so I've got that in there. And I say okay a lot because I'm from Minnesota and that's just seems to be our dialect here. Okay, now we're gonna make the peach mixture that goes on top of this. Okay, so set this back to the back again. Now we're making the peach mixture. Okay, so take half a cup of sugar, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, just simple cornstarch, a big tablespoon. Another 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're gonna mix that up. I probably ended up with like a 1/2 teaspoon. Oops. Okay, we're just gonna mix that up like that. Okay, then we are going to add the peaches. About 5 cups of diced peeled peaches. Okay, we're gonna coat the peaches with this mixture. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. Okay, and then we're gonna take a teaspoon of lemon juice. Okay, so there's my peaches with that mixture. We're gonna take a teaspoon of lemon juice. Just this kind is fine. Doesn't have to be fresh squeezed. And we're gonna lightly drizzle that over the peaches. Okay, kind of mix that in just a tad bit. Okay, I can't wait for apple season too. That's what's coming up next. Lots and lots of apple stuff. But I don't want to kill summer too fast. Okay, now we're gonna take our peach mixture and pour it over the top of our crust. Kind of spread it out. Like that. Okay, now we are going to take our crumb topping and we're gonna create some clumps with it. With our hands, and we're going to drop it over the top of the peach mixture. And then if we're using a glass pan like we are, we're going to bake at 350 degrees for 50 to 55 minutes or until lightly browned. So now what I'm going to do is take this and I'm going to clump it like this. So clumps. And the peaches are going to show through. This is definitely a recipe for kids because if you love to use your hands, get everything all dirty. I have a disaster already in here. But these are going to be really good. Okay, so then I'm going to bake them 350 50 to 55 minutes, and then we're going to frost them with the powdered sugar almond glaze. And I'm going to put this on hold, this video on hold, while I get that ready to go. I'm going to press this down like that. Okay, this is going to go in the oven, 350 50 to 55 degrees. I'm going to check it at 50 degrees just to make sure. And then I will be back when I'm ready to make the frosting and we'll put the two videos together and get it posted for you. Enjoy. Okay, here's the peach crumb bars when they came out of the oven. Pretty yummy. Okay, now we're going to make the topping. So I have 1 cup of powdered sugar, and I'm going to flip this around, and I'm hoping the camera's on me because I've got it backwards. And we're going to do 1 teaspoon of milk to start, and 1/4 of a teaspoon of almond extract. Okay, we're going to start with that to make the topping. And I already have it too thin. That always happens to me with powdered sugar, so I'm gonna add some more powdered sugar. I overdid the milk. This is kind of always a trial and error with powdered sugar. Okay, so we're gonna get that so it's a nice still don't like the consistency. I want it to be like a frosting. We're gonna have way more frosting than I need. I always do this when we do sugar cookies at Christmas time too. I just way overdo it. It. Pretty good. It's still so thin. Add some more. Keeping powdered sugar is inexpensive. That's better. Okay, so then what I'm going to do, so I've got the consistency like that. It's pretty thick. So I'm going to take the peach bars, which look so good right now, and I'm going to just drizzle over the top like this. Back and forth. And it will kind of harden over the top. And you can go the other way too, so you have a little bit more. Direction to it, and that is the top. I'm not going to put all of it on because I had too much, but that is the peach crumble bars. So they look like that, and we'll get a good picture of it on a plate for you. So good.